So, is he an a-hole for taking his daughter to see his parents for Christmas? I must be missing something here in translation, Cassie.
He writes, my wife Jenna and I had our daughter at Averly about 6 months ago. We've been together for 10 years and married for 3. We both live out of state from our families, and neither of us have the best relationship with them, although my wife Jenna's family have made a lot more effort to come and visit, mend bridges, and interact with Averly ever since she was born. My family, my mom, my stepdad, and 3 younger brothers live an extra few hours away and have yet to meet her. It's important to note that my mom and my wife Jenna do not get along. My mom always has something to say about Jenna, and the older Jenna's gotten and the longer it's gone on, the less Jenna has been willing to let it go over her head. This has resulted in us spending the last 10 years doing separate holiday visits. My plan this year was to drop Jenna at her parents' place safely after our flight, and then carry on the extra 3-hour drive with Averly, my daughter, to mine, and then pick her up on December 23rd so we could spend Christmas Day as a family. Jenna's response was simply, no. In our house, no is usually a complete sentence, but when I asked her why, her response was, we talked about this when I was pregnant. You never had my back with your mom, so I don't trust you to advocate for Averly, and since she's made no effort to be around her, I'm not comfortable with letting you take our baby into that environment without me, and I'm not going to go somewhere it's evident that I'm not wanted. I brought up the fact that I want my daughter to know my step-parents and my mom and her side of the family, and that Jenna was stopping that from happening, and how unfair it was to my mom, given that her parents had been here at least twice a month since Averly's been born and have been able to have that bonding time. I told her I'd drop her off and take Averly anyway, or me and Averly would fly into my parents' home airport, but one way or another, she would be meeting them this Christmas. That's when Jenna just cracked and broke. She started bawling and repeating how she couldn't believe I'd put her in that position. And even when I told my friend the story when we were out for drinks, he raised his eyebrow and said that it wasn't a good move. My wife has been sleeping on the couch, and I'm beginning to feel awful and second-guess everything. Am I the a-hole?
I hate this, but as a sidebar, most families are screwed up, man.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes when you're living your own life, you just assume everybody else is doing just fine. Just know most families are pretty screwed up. Now, this one's next level.
I have a compromise. I know that's not about, we're not supposed to fix their problems. We're supposed to determine whether or not they're a-holes.
We're just supposed to judge.
Yeah.
Don't fix my problem, just judge me.
And I personally don't think anybody's the a-hole here. You always say, like, even if you come from a dysfunctional family, there's a gravitational pull there, right?
Sure, it's annoying.
And especially after you have a child, you're going to want your side of the family, and it's like a DNA thing. Like, I get that. So my compromise is, and I totally respect her feelings and validate her. When somebody makes you feel lesser than, why in the world would you want to be around them? And you're going to worry that they're going to make your daughter feel lesser than, even though she's a baby. I get it. You fly in. It's a 3-hour drive to her parents' house. If they want to see the baby, they'll drive to her parents' house to see the baby.
I like that.
So, like, instead of when you fly in and you're going to fly in to see her parents because they have made the effort to come see the baby multiple times, the other family has not. So you fly in, you go to her parents' house and be like, this is where we're going to be. If you guys want to come see her, you're welcome to.
And didn't you say you tried this one year where you went to Lexington? You're like, hey, I just want to let you guys know this is where I'm staying. Instead of me getting all stressed out and going all over Lexington and seeing you and you and you, this is where I'm going to be. You come to me. And nobody came.
One person came literally the night before we were about to leave. And we saw him for like 10 minutes.
2 days in, I would have been, hey, I just want to make sure everybody got that last text. This is where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Right here. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Still here.
And that was a lesson for us that we learned. And so now we know how much effort we need to put in when we go back home for the holidays.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I know we're getting a little off track here. I'm a fan of that. Like when you go to a city, because you could really stress yourself out. And I mean, this is you got home games and visiting games. This is a visiting game here, and you can stress yourself out so much going to everybody's house. Have them come to you.
And that's what we decided to do, especially we're the ones that have a young child, and we're the ones that drove 6 hours. Yes. And I take we're the ones that moved away. I get that. So we're like, this is where we're staying. This is where we're going to be. If you want to come, great. If not,
Do what you did last time.
Great, also.
Mo.
I love that because I go through that every time I go back to New York. I'm stressed out with people who want me to come see them, and it's never people who have come to see me in Atlanta either. They just fight over when I get to New York. So, no, I love the compromise. I don't think either one of them is an a-hole, really, in this situation. They just need to find a compromise because they both have valid situations.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't think anybody's the a-hole in this situation here. You just got to stay away from that toxicity. What do you got to say?
Reddit would disagree.
Yeah.
He was overwhelmingly roasted and branded the a-hole.
Really?
They said, your wife said you never had her back. She's got all the reasons to trust that her daughter is not going to be treated or cared for in a way she wouldn't approve. Not treated badly, just not in a way she wouldn't approve. I understand her. And if you had an agreement during pregnancy, why are you breaking it now? Her family tried hard to mend bridges.
Yeah.
Did yours do the same?
Reddit's right.
All right. We're going to change our minds?
Yeah.
Trying to turn us around.
Yeah.
Yes, total a-hole.
Team a-hole.
We're ready.
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.